take it real soon. You know we got what you need, baby, so take it along.
Season 18 starting in September, so if you're waiting, there's be your first start. Jump on out there, get into some regionals.
Absolutely.
Come to one of these majors and meet some of these people, and you'll be hooked for life.
Well, when we talk about regionals, I mean, this is what we call a major. 35 different majors around the country, great points earning opportunities to build points toward the World Championships, where you earn your opportunity to be a pro in this league. You don't pay for it. You invest in the game. You don't invest in the company necessarily.
That's right.
To do that. You earn your pro status. And
That's
so
correct.
We're really proud of that, and we welcome you to bring your game. And we've seen so many new faces, so many young faces, but also, you know, you mentioned it earlier. You talked about Russell's wife deciding she was going to start throwing some bags after all these years, and we've seen a lot. Our co-ed division, our women's division have been the two largest and fastest growing divisions within the ACO. So just remember the O, and we'll remember to be on the lookout for you. We can't wait to have you as part of the family. Now, so we see Russell and Craig going to be rolling out of the blue lane. I think Craig may actually end up with tendonitis before all is said and done here, based on his appearances on
He's got
on
that
center
blue mat. Maybe we just put his name on that blue mat because that's where he's been all night.
Yeah, we could. I think his footprint is indelibly etched into that. So we're going to go ahead and get him started.
Yeah. Frank will get them a final down and back.
I bet he does.
Yeah.
All
this
right.
is final. Yeah, he got that famous move of his. The floss.
All right, so it's is this Joe Fulton who's up
Joe
here?
Factor was supposed to be his partner, but that is Gavin Kirk he's playing with. He must be a substitution.
Oh, he must have stepped in at the last minute.
Yeah, maybe Factor had some travel partner problems. Not, but I guess I picked Factor and Bearpaw. So if Bearpaw wins, can I still call it a victory?
You can. I think we'll give you the half. Vegas will give you that. You covered the spread on your pick there.
Yeah, anybody that plays with Bearpaw's got a chance to win, for sure. I last saw Gavin Kirk playing with Craig Ervin.
Well, I'll tell you what, some of these journeyman players, they can find their way into the winner's circle or at least onto center court by very creative means. And those are not bad folks to be hitching your wagon to, as they say.
I think it might have been Tupelo that he teamed. I mean, Bentonville that he teamed up with Gavin Kirk. And they made a pretty good run.
Yeah, they did.
So,
all right.
And we got a dance off at center court again.
Yeah, we do. Our king, Gary Ferguson, has gone ahead and decided to commit himself to the dance party, which is going on. The final. Are you ready? I got to figure.
Bring it, baby. Here we go.
At some point, Craig Ervin's going to want to stop touching Frank's knuckles because it's been bad luck.
I threw my left out there because I didn't want to get into my throwing hand.
Frank Gears, the cornhole dude, the founder of the ACO and the president, very much engaged with the players.
You want to watch the same motion every time. You keep an eye on Gary Bearpaw. He throws the same motion every time. There's no deviation. Does. And he is a world champion horseshoe player.
Yeah, you see that absolutely in that throw.
Yeah.
In that muscle memory, in that throw, and the body shift,
Look
and
at
his
that.
hips, everything. It's
nothing
just right to the middle, right to the
time.
middle, right to the middle, right to the middle. And as many great shots as we've seen created and invented, nothing still beats that. Nothing beats that.
And there's nothing. You're not going to see no fancy roll. You're not going to see him try to block. But if you block, he's going to shoot the air mail. That's what you're going to get out of him. And this Gavin Kirk's starting to make a name for himself. So he didn't do it too bad if he had to pick up a substitute partner for sure. As Russell's going to have his hands full down on that end.
Well, and this has all the early makings of a
bunch of bags in all.
Yeah, what we usually see in a seniors match, which is, all right, I'll see your bag in the hole, and I'll raise you my bag in the hole, and another 8-bagger.
Yes, sir.
And there you go.
Good finish by both men there.
Bearpaw and Kirk jump out to a quick 2-0 lead, but if I'm not mistaken, we saw Tabors and Ervin fall behind, I think, 4-0 in the last game.
They did.
It didn't seem to make any never mind, as they say. Gary just off just a little bit. But, boy, it's funny that you mentioned that. We've seen a number of horseshoe players that have converted to cornhole and done very well. But you talk about bocce ball, you talk about washers, you talk about all these different put it where you're focused on it kind of games, and that's really something that gives you a distinct advantage. Bowling is another one.
You know, Sean Priest, one of our guys, avid bowler, told me he had a 237 average. What the heck?
When our buddy EZ in Louisville, Kentucky. He's one of those guys that just made that natural transition, but he's still, you know, and I know there's some people that move away from their original sport when they get into cornhole, but he's a guy that's kept his bowling average up, and he's rolling fire when he gets the opportunity. He and Andrea all around town, and out of Louisville, and I know he's posting as many bowling scores as he is still cornhole scores.
Yeah, he bowls 300s all the time.
Yes, he does.
And people don't know bowling. That's a perfect score in bowling.
It absolutely is. Russell comes up and over. Nice shot. That's a great airmail right up and over because that's a good block.
Take this, young fella.
By Gavin.
A little short with that one.
And as good as that last airmail was as big a mistake right there, and Gavin lets him off the hook, up and over. Oh, and there it is. Nicely done. How about that?
It's 9-on-2 right now. Big push right here. He could save a bunch of points. Oh, and that's a big round.
That's going to be, what, 7? It's going to be a 7
sir.
spot. So all of a sudden, just as we saw them in the last game fall back early, they make that one big frame.
Right, one big mistake.
It makes a huge difference.
Yes, sir.
Thanks again to our friends here at the Alliant Powerhouse and also the Doubletree by Hilton. We've had a great time, great hospitality, a fun little couple of blocks of places to visit here as well.
Places to eat.
Many of them have adult beverages, and we've enjoyed the opportunity to socialize with the local folks. We look forward to being back here in the coming years. Again, we welcome our friends Primus in last night. They were had a concert right next door in the room that we were originally scheduled to play in. So I'm sure certainly we'll get a note on their next album liners thanking us
Thank you, ACO.
allowing us to pull off our gig in Cedar Rapids. They were supposed to play outside last night. It's a good thing they'd moved because, to be honest with you, that show would have been, canceled. Had that had to stay outside. So
hey, nice heads up by the people from Cedar Rapids to make that happen and not have to cancel a concert.
Absolutely, and that logistically, having worked in that business, that is not an easy thing to do on short notice. But when you've got somebody willing to swap rooms like we did, makes it a little bit easier. Boy, look at that. I thought that was going to be that scuba shot and fall back in off the backside. Now we're going to be bunched up.
That's a nice bag.
Yeah, we are, and that's one of those. What did he have to lose there? It was either going to go in or it was going to do that. Now
he probably saved himself a couple of 4 points there.
Yeah, he did, and Russell's got one underneath. Yeah. That's it. Craig telling him the safer play is the push right up the center instead of going at his own bag because, he runs that risk of caromming off and moving off to the left. So if he goes straight, that's
that's not a bad bag. He still going to probably pick up a couple here because they are really bunched up because that bag actually bounced back.
Is he going up and over, or is he just going to lay low?
Just give up two. They fall.
It looks like something did fall.
It did.
Something else did fall.
He got 4.
No, they picked up 4 after dropping that other bag, and you saw as that one fell underneath, the other one just settled in and locked in again. It's almost like that interlocking tile.
It would
crazy.
Probably done some good for Gavin to just throw a hard bag into that pile
Yeah.
to keep that from happening.
See what he could stir up for
Yeah.
himself, not just for those guys.
You know, maybe this is the first time these two guys ever played together. Gary really didn't give him any advice. And, you know, that comes into play sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
too.
Well, we saw that last night in the co-ed, the trust in your partner
Yeah.
between Philly Rainier and
Tyler Amos.
Tyler, her partner.
Yeah. I see Tyler and his partner still warming up, still in the doubles.
Still playing doubles, yeah. All right, well,
And there's two more.
going to post another deuce on top, but I'll tell you what. You mentioned, you know, Gavin stepping in, and there could be worse teams to step into and to step onto center court, but I would have expected more than 2 points up on the board
Yeah,
by this
I would have
point
too.
in the match.
And this is a winner's bracket match too. They're not out if whoever gets beat here.
Quarterfinal
Yeah.
here on center court. Again, appreciate the hospitality here at the Alliant Powerhouse here in Cedar Rapids.
That's a good bag by Russell not to give up any points.
Nicely done there.
And good bag by Gavin.
Nice job by Gavin. Yeah, to go in there and leave those alone there to the right, but still find his way into that left side of the hole. And to pull that shot off from that side of the board, that's not easy. Well, there's not any easy shot happening here in this game, but to pull that off from that side of the board, come across and leave everything on the right side alone and sneak in the left was a really nice shot. Gary, just that
Gary may have tried to throw a little block there.
yeah, that pendulum that he's got for an arm, and he now he can come in a little bit harder maybe, and he does.
Move Craig's bag over a little bit. And Craig hadn't had any problem switching to these bags either, because maybe the first couple rounds.
Oh, there's something right there. Now this should be a push that takes them both.
No.
Oh boy, and that's unfortunate for Gary to leave one up there like that. But honestly, this is one if Craig shoots it, he could pull both those bags, couldn't he? Oh, he's just gonna stack it up.
And now he's still got a chance to get four. He switches over to slick side, gonna let it run right in.
Yeah, he takes the simplest route. Sometimes, as they say, Occam's razor. The simplest answer is the easiest, and makes the most sense.
It's like 15-6.
Yep, we're working 15 on 6 now. First bag.
And he'd like to have that one
Back
back.
to Gavin Kirk, yes.
Because Russell's kind of dialed in this game, too.
Yeah, he really is. And again, you mentioned that. You watch how far out his elbow is at over the board when he comes across his body to throw that bag, and still be able to have that release point to match the center of the board is really something. Gavin's doing the best he can with the bag he left, so he's using it to bank off and going to leave 2 to the blue.
I was talking to Russell on the way here, and we're talking about the majors. His first major win was in Foley, Alabama.
Yep.
And it took him a while to get to get that first major win, and he had a great partner that day.
See, who would that have been?
Oh, well, I don't
Does he look and sound a lot like you by chance?
It was my first major win, too. How about that?
How about that?
We beat Brian Jones and Sean Anderson.
Sean Anderson, that's another big name in the world of
Absolutely.
professional cornhole, a guy who, another huge fan favorite and a favorite of those in the organization.
He's such a good guy. That's why.
Chock full of good people, the ACO.
Absolutely. Good bag.
It's a nice
and
bag.
he's thrown that bag all night long.
And he's done it to both sides of the hole. He's been able to do it to the left side or the right side. I mentioned that. If you've got 1/3 of the hole available,
Absolutely.
he's got a way to find it.
And it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't matter which side he's throwing from.
Little liquid refreshment break there, and Russell's going to step out now and take a look at things from this side, from the outside in, back to the out.
Good bag.
Yeah, it's good. This should be cleaned up pretty easily. A good blocker bag left there. You know, and the temptation would be to just push through and clear it up, but that's a great block.
It is. It is. Leave that bag there. Maybe get a kick of a bag by Russell.
And I got to figure his is positioned to fall.
Oh, he kind of blocks right
Yeah,
there.
he did. That's he leaves that right side open. There should be enough there if he gets a good hard shot to the hole. And he did. I was going to say a good shot, hard shot to the hole, and there it is. There it is. Nicely done and completely nonplussed. And it's that's
that
a
was
good
too,
bag.
but still gives up 4.
It's a good bag right there. But just as Gavin, he made the shot and he stepped back as if he was waiting to be called to the principal's office.
Yeah. And Gary Bearpaw had zero expression on his shot.
He did. Yeah, I would say that Bob Heil at this one tournament has already had more facial expressions than either of these two in the last month.
Absolutely. You never know what Gary Bearpaw's thinking.
Nope.
And we've seen that on a few players.
Up and over. Oh.
But he got his bag back in play right there that was out of play.
Yeah, Gavin told him, he said, don't sweat that. That's pretty good. And if he can go up and over like that again, he should be able to take all three.
And got the scuba out of that,
too. He got the scuba shot, and that got the job done. The push. Boy, and that's one we normally see Craig. We normally see Craig pull off. But, boy, that was an interesting swing and turn of events. Now 17 on 16 is what we're looking at. More doubles action on the way. More doubles action on the way. We're just trying to find matches that deserve to be on center court. I would suggest that this, maybe of all the matches we've seen here today, one of the better.
This is a good one here. Yeah. How about the gumption of Gary Bearpaw and Gavin Kirk to fight back to get this to 17-16?
Yeah, I would say, how about the gumption of you?
How about that shot?
You using the word gumption.
Yeah,
that's not a word that gets enough use, I don't think.
I know it, and it is a word that's in the dictionary.
It absolutely is.
I love it. Can I get a little advice? I think
a little conference. Yeah, he's going to take that time out.
And
Gary
a smart move by Gary. Gary, it's a new partner for him. He wants to let him get his own opinion in there.
Don't take my word for it. Come see for yourself.
I tell you what, and he just pointed what I think he should do. He should step out with a hard push and try to jam those bags up and not give them a chance to move.
To finish it,
Yeah. And Russel,
he knows exactly where on that bag, and they're pointing to an exact spot, like you said. If he can put it right there, and Gavin has shown that he can do that.
The problem is 4 points beats him. So you leave 3 on the board, that opportunity's there.
I think his only other choice would maybe to turn around and throw it at Russell's face.
Yeah, I think so. Knock him down.
Because he knows what's going to happen if he doesn't do it.
Russell's, and they all move.
Everything moved just a little bit, but
this is an air show right here. I promise you.
Here it comes. Up. No, and
I don't know what all fell.
What happened? I think one of his fell down off the back.
I think Russell's got 3 bags up right there, and
2.
Gavin escapes and gets 2. Oh my!
I'll tell you what. Right now, he's got a 4-leaf clover somewhere in his pocket.
It might be those bananas on his shorts. I don't know.
I think Gary even looked over and goes, yeah, we got 2 out of that. I'm not quite sure how that happened either, but we did.
I'm still not quite sure how that happened.
I'm not either.
Now, Craig really needs to focus here because he really can't afford to give up any points here.
No, he can't. That's a good bag
there.
He's going to have to work that left side. And that's the first time we've seen him really miss that significantly.
And Gary leaves his blocker in place.
That's nice. He leaves the blocker, and if he needs to go after it, he can. But we know the air mail is possible.
And this boy, Gary gets the push here, and they have upset.
If he gets the push and gets it in. There it is.
It stays up. Now, Craig has to do that little side shot.
Yeah, he does. He's got to get it in there.
I think he can make it. He's going to come off his bags on the left there.
Yeah.
And use it to fill this hole right
doing it
there.
Yeah. And he did it. How about that? That is a really, really nice shot.
2 more, though.
That's like he lined that up with a laser.
Absolutely. Good bag right there by Craig Ervin to keep this game moving.
And he's doing something right because I just heard off of center court. Nice job, babe. Nice job. Ashley, his number one cheerleader over there.
Yeah.
She's,
look at Russell when they only need 1 point. Now, I think he might should have waited 1 bag there.
Well,
and when he listens back to this, Russell, you should have waited 1 bag there.
Now we're going to see if that DJ Long follow the leader comes into play here. Oh no, he's going to play safe and play low. That's what he should do.
Yeah, and Russell's going to have to go up again
he's
now.
He's going to have to force him up and over.
Yeah. Thinking about it?
Oh boy, and I think that's going to.
And this is going to. I think this is going to move Gary Bearpaw and Gavin Kirk.
Insurmountable.
Yeah. Big push right here. Nothing stupid. Nothing off the board, and that was back when it got away. And that's what Russell's got to do. Oh,
5-on-1.
yeah,
It's not
5
going
on
to do
1.
it. It's not going to do it.
All you got to do is go on the board.
Yep, just got to land it up there.
And Russell can't do anything.
Gavin very specifically asking, just lay it up and lay it on.
Yep,
He does.
and that's
oh,
it.
That's really a nice bag, and that's going to
Russell's
be.
got to knock something off.
Yeah,
And pull a
to,
Houdini.
Yeah, he's going to have to knock a couple in, and he's going to have to knock a couple of teeth loose, I think.
Oh, and that's a solid
boy, I tell you
airmail.
what, that is a great airmail, but it's not going to be enough.
He'd have taken that one of
That's
the other
not going to
bags.
be enough. Absolutely. A great game by Gavin Kirk and Gary Bearpaw. They a bit of a catch-as-catch-can team, but enough to take down Craig Ervin and Russell Tabors, who spent quite a bit of time on center court today. Both of them actually did. More recently here, Russell, but Craig had a fantastic weekend. He will be going home with a little bit less, I would say hardware, but woodware.
They're still in the tournament, though. Don't
But they're
count them
still
out.
in. Oh, they're still in. They're still in.
ACO, we are Cornhole.